Hi friends, how you doing? Eclipse click points hit. Okay, I can't remember if it was video 192 or 193, but I said that this week, like when I was like freaking out what was happening, I said it started on this day, the 22nd, and then it hits all these days are such critical moments. What happened on, starting on this day? Well, the day before Wednesday, Flynn's sentencing was delayed. What happened Thursday? Rick Gates takes stand regarding Greg Craig. I just saw this today, but this happened yesterday. Don Jr. met with Butina and Kremlin officials in Tennessee for over an hour, and that Byrne I don't know who he is, was ordered by Strzok and Comey to continue the relationship with Maria Butina, because she was having a romantic relationship with this businessman, last name Byrne, Byrne. Well, you know, she was with that GOP operative, that gross guy. You know who I'm talking about. Also, and I didn't see this until now, more Trump tweets ruining the economy everywhere. He tweeted today, blah, 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 better off without them. The vast amounts of money made and stolen by China from the United States year after year for decades will and must stop. Our country, our great American companies are hereby ordered to immediately start looking for an alternative to China, including bringing, no, that's not going to fly here. You do not order anyone here to do anything. Also today with the NRA, they lost 3 of its lawyers. The one has been with the NRA for over 30 years. Another outside counsel, Volklov, that sure sounds very Kremlin-y or Russian. I did not know about this third lawyer, but the Charles Cooper is the one that served them for 30 years. And also, I don't know if you knew this, but just prior to those deadly shootings in El Paso and Dayton, they had 3 board members resign. Lots of turmoil there because we know the NRA is an extension basically now of Russia. Combined with the news yesterday that Butina said that she was trying to infiltrate the NRA, that word got out. Somehow, I don't know which lover it was with or with Don Jr., but Don Jr. met with the NRA secretly for an hour at a secret meeting in 2015 in Tennessee at an NRA gathering. So, just some things that are happening. So anyway, I'm going to flip these over just a second because we need to keep moving on. This is part number 4 of this series of the download information I got 2 days ago, when I was migrained, and I took notes. I took copious notes because I need to explain to you guys what happened. So that's why things are laid out in advance. But this will be video number 4. There, I'll turn off this glare. There we go. Okay, so this is video number 4. We left off with video number 3 because this whole thing started the other night when I asked Nancy Pelosi what was going on, what she was working on, which led to Jared talking about Mark Zuckerberg and what the heck is going on with Mark Zuckerberg, which took us to voting, voters, data, and the card death, which is actually change, and what they were changing with certain voters. And so when we left off on that on video number 3, this next throw, there's like 8 spreads in this whole thing. Because in number 3 for the card of the reading, which is over here, I got the 8 of Pentacles. The 8 of Pentacles is my card for big data. Does it show up in this spread? Oh, it does, because I wanted to know about the 8 of Pentacles, so I automatically made it my signifier for this reading because I'm like, what does death have to do with big data? Let's look at big data. So the card of the reading for this was the High Priestess, and if you've been following my work, you will know that for a couple months now I've identified the High Priestess as the overall operation. Everything that they were doing with, I call them the Six Wands Mob, you know, the countries of UAE, the Saudis, USA, Russia, China, and North Korea. That they had a massive data thing going to work the elections in over 250 elections worldwide that have made things go far right globally on an anti-immigration, anti-refugee stance. I was so happy when I pulled this as card of the reading a couple nights ago. And so when I'm asking about big data, it has to do with the big op, and this was covered in Ten of Pentacles. Who's this? The Trump dynasty. Mar-a-Lago, the Trump campaign. The challenge in working with big data was the government. Now, this is the government reversed. For me, this is a regular government. Reversed, this is a type of government that is lawless, that has no organization or structure. Think Russia. This is the Kremlin. Reversed is the Hierophant, the Kremlin. At the base of this with the big data is they had to work a massive data operation because they knew with all the polling, no matter how much they tried to entrap Hillary Clinton and spread misinformation and propaganda, he was done because his polling sucked. They just said yesterday, never during Donald's presidency has he ever had an approval rating over 50%. Well, he never, ever, ever did. Ever. They knew he was a bad candidate. And so the data had to make him electable, get him elected. Was crowning this the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands reversed, like right side up, the Knight of Wands is a do-gooder. They take good action with good plans and ideas. In reference to data, reversed, this Knight is taking action based on deceptive data. It's all deception. Because in the past, Six of Swords, they had enough experience with this, with the High Priestess and with the Kremlin to get away with ruining elections because they're taking the information, the intelligence, off to wherever it needs to go to be processed. What was to come? The Queen of Swords. This is the courts, New York, because what is happening that we're realizing right now is all the money that flowed through New York and with money laundering. So that was what was to come. How did we see big data? To steal elections. The environment was the Star. The Star is the person that the High Priestess had as a target to elect in any of these elections that they've rolled, whether it was Brexit, recently in Australia. The Star is the person that's getting the benefit of the High Priestess and the big data. So this would be Donald. The hope in having to run this operation, we as a country, the polls, everything was favoring Hillary Clinton. That was the hope of the nation. The fear, because they knew she was so widely liked, they hoped they could sink her, and the fear is that nobody would know about it. Okay? To bind up Hillary, to make it look like we hope it looks like she's going to win, so no one's going to notice what we're doing behind the scenes. Does it make sense? And ideally, cause such a big disruption and outrage with all the crap Donald was doing in the campaign and the misinformation and the anger at what was to come, and it came really fast, the election of Donald. All of this information warfare just kept coming at us in waves. We couldn't get away from it. And that was the plan, to make it come at us with big data from a larger secret operation to elect their person. Okay, so this is part 4. And then I did a 3-pile question. Here, I'll turn these over for you. Just a second. Okay, so I had 2 yes/no questions I had asked, and I'll just flip this. I can't count them out because I don't remember where they were in the count. But the other night, while I was migraining, which I didn't share with you then, I had, is Mark Zuckerberg getting indicted? I drew the Ace of Cups, that's a yes. The Hermit, the investigation, and the Ace of Pentacles. I mean, these are 2 yeses upright in between an investigation. Yeah, that's pretty much a yes. Even if these were reversed, it would still be a yes, but it would be later. If it was just, if it was just 1, that's still a yes. If it was 1 reversed, that would be a no. And then this would also be a no. Okay, and let me show you my next question. And so then my next question was, does Mark Zuckerberg know that he is getting indicted? I had 8 of Cups reversed. This is just this mindless drifting aimlessly that he's just been dragging his feet for years on. Also, maybe the agencies have been dragging their feet as well. Ace of Wands. He's going to get hit with it. And then I drew Temperance because they're both sides I think are trying to balance and integrate information back and forth, back and forth. I mean, this is such a Kremlin-y card, and the way Zuck talks is so Kremlin-y with all the plausible deniability and blah, 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 blah. Okay, so then my next throw, because I had asked about the FBI, was FBI. What do you have on Mark Zuckerberg? What's this all about? So I am going to set that up and show you what they said.